Hello, Jake here. Wanted to give you an overview of how we can use Athena to accelerate teams that are working on private equity due diligences or corporate M&A due diligences, anything in that space. The target acquisition we're going to be using as an example here is just something in the alternative milks space. I'll give you an overview of the documents we have loaded up. Of course, a actual private equity deal would have quite a bit more documents than this. And then after that, we'll get into them of how we can use Athena to speed up this work. So for the first document I want to give us an overview of is this research report. So if we click view, we can see the report. This is a Word doc. This is a research report on the alternative milk industry. It was actually created by Athena. So here we can see the table of contents, market overview, key drivers, top players, competitive landscape, market segmentation. And we can see all of the information that's been compiled here. So before this video, I actually had Athena create this report. I went into Libraries, Advanced Research Report, pulled this up, and I used this, create a research report on alternative milk industries, this top players, competitive landscape, etc. I gave this to Athena, and then she created that report, and we'll use that then as input for the rest of the demo here, or as part of the input rather. So we have the research report. We have the financial or the annual report from Oatly for 2023 and 2022, and then we have another overall landscape report from UC Davis on plant-based milk. The last two documents are a sustainability report of plant-based milks, and then kind of a general plant-based dairy alternatives, just a more technical paper on it. All right, so once we have all of this information, we can then use the chat within our Athena drive to digest all of those documents very quickly. So the first one I'm going to ask is, who are the major players in the alternative milk space? What does the competitive landscape look like? And again, this is just if I was, say, a new member contributing to this team, this would be the first question I would ask to ramp onto the team, understand what we're working with, who the big players are, and just get that high-level overview. So while Athena is doing that work, we can actually inspect the logs and see the output while it's being generated. So we have the major players like Oatly, Alpro, Blue Diamond Growers. Of course, they grow almonds as well, but they also make almond milk. Califia Farms, they recently raised, or not too recently raised, some money. A little bit more of an upstart in the space. We get the competitive landscape, expansion into new markets, and the investment landscape. So I'll close this out while Athena finishes this, and we see the output here in the chat. All right, so that gives us a good overview of what the space looks like in general. And let's say we want to drill into Oatly's information more specifically. We can now ask, what was Oatly's revenue in 2023 and in 2022? And in this instance, Athena is now going to look specifically within the annual reports from Oatly and pull out that information. So we can see 783 million, looks like a growth of about 60 million from 2022 to 2023. Next question is probably something along the lines of, well, what does that look like in the big picture of the industry? So you can say, what is the estimated total market size for plant-based milks? And this will probably pull from this overall report from UC Davis. And we can see that it's estimated to grow to about 30 billion in 2030. All right, so from there we have a couple more questions, and what we can do with Athena is we can actually just fire off each of these simultaneously, so we can get Athena working a little bit faster for us. So I'm just going to drop these in, and then we'll go back and review the output from them. All right, so the first one was, it's supposed to grow by this much. The first question is, what's driving that growth? And Athena's going to take a little bit longer because she's digesting all of the documents here. We also want to know how many Americans consume alternative milks on a regular basis. And we got that information out of about 42% of U.S. households. Let's look at the growth question. So increased consumer awareness, environmental and ethical concerns, and then product innovation and expansion of distribution channels. So based on these documents, this is what Athena can identify are the drivers for that growth. Then we can get a sense of how many Americans are drinking alternative milks on a regular basis. And they're able to ask, what are the sustainability implications of alternative milks? And this is going to pull heavily from that sustainability report and output all of that information. All right, so from here we can actually take this chat and insert it into Athena reports to make it digestible and usable for the rest of the team as well. Or we could continue on this conversation and drill into some of the financial specifics from Oatly or other competitors. All right, this is a quick overview of how you can use Athena to help with deal room work. It covered how we could have Athena create a research report in the first place that would be great for just a high-level overview of an industry, and then showed how we can use Athena to digest all of the whole collection of documents that we are using to process this deal, looking into financial statements, drawing comparisons between one document and another to understand growth drivers or just trends in the space. All right, thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.